Forget protein alone. Your muscles need a whole system reset after 60. The truth is, after 60, your body's needs change not just in terms of protein, but across the entire internal system. If you've noticed yourself feeling weaker, more tired, or having trouble getting out of a chair, even though you're eating right and staying active, you're not alone. Many adults over 60 tell me, "I'm doing everything I used to, walking, eating enough, getting sleep, but I still feel like I'm losing strength." If that sounds familiar, I want to say this clearly. It's not your fault. Your muscles rely on a network of support: cellular energy, inflammation control, hormone balance, hydration, gut health, and more. When one piece weakens, the whole system feels it. Welcome to Senior Life Plus, where real science meets real-life solutions for adults over 60. I'm Dr. Moore, and in this video, we're going to walk through 7 foundational factors that go far beyond just what's on your plate. I promise you'll walk away with real practical tips you can use starting today. Simple and science-backed strategies to protect your muscles, reduce fatigue, and feel more in control of your body, without complicated routines or trendy diets. If this topic resonates with you, I'd love to hear from you. Comment 1 below or share your experience. I truly do read every comment. And if you find this helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone you care about. Here at Senior Life Plus, we believe in growing stronger, not just older, together. Okay, let's start. When we talk about nutrition for muscle health, protein often dominates the conversation. But there's another powerful group of nutrients working quietly behind the scenes: omega-3 fatty acids. For older adults, particularly those over 60, these essential fats play a crucial role in fighting off something many don't even realize is affecting them: chronic inflammation. You see, as we age, a phenomenon called inflammaging begins to set in. This is a state of low-level, persistent inflammation that accumulates over the years. It doesn't cause sudden pain, but instead slowly eats away at our strength, contributing to sarcopenia, or the gradual loss of muscle mass and function. Even if you're consuming enough protein, if inflammation is smoldering in the background, your muscles may still be deteriorating. This is where EPA and DHA, the 2 most studied omega-3s, come into play. Found mainly in fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel, these fats are powerful allies. They help reduce the production of inflammatory compounds like TNF-alpha and interleukin-6, chemicals that, when left unchecked, interfere with muscle repair and growth. A 2015 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that older adults who supplemented with omega-3s experienced greater strength gains when exercising compared to those who didn't. But even more compelling is how omega-3s improve neuromuscular function, the communication line between your brain and your muscles. DHA is essential for maintaining the health of nerve membranes. Stronger neural connections mean better coordination, quicker reactions, and fewer falls. The question I often get is, can I just take a fish oil pill? While supplements can help, they're not all created equal. Many are poorly absorbed or contain oxidized oils that lose potency. Whole food sources are far superior in quality and effect. A simple serving of wild-caught salmon, about 3.5 ounces, contains close to 1 gram of EPA and DHA, plus the added benefits of protein. Selenium and vitamin D. Sardines are another excellent option, especially when mashed into a creamy avocado spread on whole-grain toast, a favorite among my more adventurous patients. One man, Mr. James, age 70, came to me frustrated. He felt sluggish, and his legs felt wobbly, especially when walking upstairs. He'd been avoiding fish for years out of habit. But with some encouragement, he began incorporating salmon into his dinner twice a week. 3 months later, he smiled and told me, "Doctor, I don't hold the railing anymore." You don't need a gourmet kitchen to make omega-3s a habit. Baked salmon with lemon and dill, sardine toast, or even chia seed pudding. rich in ALA, another form of omega-3, are simple yet effective additions. Try to aim for 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week. If fish isn't your preference, high-quality, third-party tested algae-based supplements can be a solid alternative. Now that we've tackled inflammation and communication between your brain and muscles, let's move to another silent contributor to muscle aging: oxidative stress, and how antioxidants, especially those found in colorful fruits like berries, can help defend against it. As the years pass, our bodies naturally begin to accumulate oxidative stress, a kind of internal rusting that damages cells over time. It's caused by free radicals, unstable molecules that form in response to everything from pollution and stress to the food we eat. This stress doesn't just lead to wrinkles or low energy. It directly affects muscle tissue, weakening fibers and slowing down recovery. A key driver of this damage is the decline in mitochondrial efficiency, the tiny power plants inside our cells that generate energy. When mitochondria are under siege by oxidative stress, muscles fatigue more quickly, and the body has a harder time rebuilding after activity. Over time, this contributes to sarcopenia, as documented by the National Institute on Aging. Fortunately, nature provides powerful defenders, antioxidants, and among the richest sources, berries, especially blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. What makes these fruits so remarkable isn't just their vitamin content, but their abundance of anthocyanins. These natural pigments do more than just give berries their deep colors. They actively combat inflammation, protect blood vessels, and even improve neuromuscular coordination. In one USDA study, older rats fed a blueberry-rich diet outperformed their peers on motor tests. While rats aren't humans, similar patterns are emerging in human research as well. Improved balance, reaction time, and even memory recall in older adults who regularly consume these fruits. But what does this mean for your plate? Adding a half to 1 cup of mixed berries per day, fresh or frozen, can support everything from muscle health to digestion. Blend them into a morning smoothie with spinach and banana, spoon them over oatmeal with a sprinkle of cinnamon, or simply enjoy them with a handful of walnuts as an afternoon snack. One of my patients, Helen, keeps a container of frozen blueberries in her freezer and tells me she looks forward to it like dessert. These berries don't just nourish your muscles, they also help the gut microbiome, which we'll explore in more detail shortly. The fiber in whole berries feeds beneficial bacteria that further reduce inflammation and improve nutrient absorption. It's important to avoid sugary berry products, like commercial jams or juices, which can spike blood sugar and work against your health goals. Likewise, be mindful not to cook berries on high heat, as this can degrade their antioxidant compounds. The beauty of this approach is its simplicity. There's no need for pills or powders, just nature's own medicine, in a bowl, a smoothie, or on your morning oats. When people over 60 are told to eat more protein, most immediately picture a grilled chicken breast or a whey shake. But the conversation rarely includes how well our bodies process those proteins as we age. And that's where the story starts to shift. After 60, our muscles begin to experience what's known as anabolic resistance, a condition where muscle cells don't respond to protein as efficiently. That means we need not just more protein, but smarter sources of it, spaced consistently across the day. Here's where plant-based proteins offer some surprisingly powerful advantages. Lentils, chickpeas, edamame, tofu, these are more than just alternatives to meat. When paired thoughtfully, they provide complete amino acids, meaning they supply all the essential building blocks your muscles need to rebuild. And beyond protein, they come with a bonus: fiber, antioxidants, magnesium, folate, nutrients that not only fuel your body but also reduce inflammation. In fact, a 2021 review in the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia and Muscle found that older adults with higher intakes of plant protein, especially when combined with omega-3s and antioxidant-rich foods, maintained muscle mass better over time. One key reason: lower inflammatory load. Unlike processed meats, which can increase systemic inflammation and strain digestion, plant proteins are gentler, both on your gut and your kidneys, which may already be working a bit harder in later years. Take lentils, for example. Just half a cup of cooked lentils offers 9 grams of protein, along with potassium and iron. Combine that with a whole grain like brown rice, and you've got a protein duo that rivals animal meat in amino acid balance, but with added benefits to digestion and cardiovascular health. One of my patients, Jim, age 68, came in concerned about rising cholesterol and muscle loss. He was drinking 2 whey shakes a day but feeling bloated and still losing strength. We shifted his diet. Lentil soup at lunch, edamame hummus toast mid-afternoon, and chickpea salad for dinner. After just 6 weeks, his digestion improved, his cholesterol dropped slightly, and most importantly, he told me, "I finally feel steady again." Incorporating these foods doesn't require a drastic lifestyle change. A few ideas to get started. A warm bowl of lentil soup with carrots and cumin chickpea salad with olive oil, lemon juice, and chopped parsley edamame hummus on toast with sliced radishes, tofu stir-fry with quinoa and broccoli. Even though plant proteins may be lower in leucine, an amino acid important for muscle synthesis, you can bridge that gap by pairing them with grains and including omega-3 rich foods to enhance their effect. A side of sautéed kale or a topping of ground flaxseed can go a long way. For those still using powders, choose carefully. If whey works for you, great, but if it causes digestive issues, there are plant-based powders made from pea or rice protein that are easier on the gut. Look for ones without artificial flavors or sweeteners and with third-party testing for purity. In short, protein isn't just about quantity, it's about quality, variety, and how your body handles it. With the right plant-based choices, you're not only feeding your muscles, you're supporting your whole system. We explored how plant-based proteins offer not just essential amino acids, but also fiber and antioxidants that reduce inflammation and support strength. But there's a layer deeper than what we see on the plate, one that affects how well those nutrients are absorbed and how effectively they're used. That layer is the gut. Most people don't associate digestion with strength. Yet inside your intestines lives a complex, living ecosystem. The gut microbiome, made up of trillions of bacteria, viruses, and fungi. And the latest science tells us that this internal ecosystem does far more than help you break down food. It's a silent regulator of muscle metabolism, inflammation, and overall resilience as we age. Let's take a closer look at how the gut-muscle connection works. One of the most important roles of the gut microbiome is its influence on systemic inflammation. As we age, certain harmful bacteria in the gut, particularly gram-negative strains, can release endotoxins that enter the bloodstream. These toxins trigger chronic low-grade inflammation throughout the body, quietly affecting tissues, organs, and muscles. This persistent inflammatory state weakens the body's ability to build and preserve muscle, even when protein intake is adequate. In parallel, a healthy microbiome plays a key role in nutrient bioavailability. That is, how much of the vitamins and minerals you eat actually make it into your bloodstream and into your muscle cells. Beneficial gut bacteria help digest complex carbohydrates, release short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, and aid in the synthesis of certain B vitamins and vitamin K2, all of which support energy production and muscle contraction. More compelling still is the emerging evidence that the gut communicates directly with muscle tissue through the immune and endocrine systems. In a 2020 study published in Nature Communications, researchers demonstrated that mice with a disrupted gut microbiome showed a 23% reduction in muscle mass and decreased muscle strength. Even when consuming the same diet, and engaging in the same level of activity as control animals with healthy gut flora. This shows us that it's not just what we eat, but how our internal ecosystem responds to it that determines how well we age. For older adults, maintaining a diverse and stable gut microbiome may be one of the most overlooked strategies for preserving independence, reducing fall risk, and improving quality of life. So how can we support this internal system in practical terms? Two categories of nutrients are key: probiotics and prebiotics. Probiotics are live beneficial bacteria found in fermented foods like kefir, yogurt, sauerkraut, kimchi, and miso. Prebiotics are the food for those bacteria, fibers found in bananas, garlic, leeks, oats, legumes, and whole grains. Together, they help foster microbial diversity, reduce harmful inflammation, and enhance nutrient absorption, all without requiring any pills or major lifestyle overhauls. Just small, thoughtful choices at the breakfast table or dinner plate. It's important to note that not all fermented foods are equally effective. Many shelf-stable versions are pasteurized, which destroys the beneficial live cultures. Always choose refrigerated, raw, unpasteurized products labeled with live and active cultures to ensure you're getting the full benefit. Ultimately, your digestive health isn't just about avoiding discomfort or indigestion. It's about unlocking your body's ability to use the food you eat to preserve your strength, support recovery, and stay balanced, inside and out. Now that we've uncovered the power of the gut-muscle axis, it's time to turn our attention to something deceptively simple: hydration. But make no mistake, staying hydrated after 60 isn't just about drinking more water. It's about preserving the internal chemical balance that keeps your muscles flexible, your mind alert, and your body safe from falls and fatigue. As we grow older, our sense of thirst naturally declines. This means the body's early warning system for dehydration becomes less effective, and by the time we feel thirsty, we're often already in a deficit. But that's just the beginning. Aging also changes the way we regulate electrolytes. Minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium that are essential for muscle contraction, nerve function, and blood pressure regulation. One crucial part of this picture is electrolytes. Charged minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium that support muscle contraction, heart rhythm, fluid balance, and even cognitive clarity. When your body lacks these, especially after sweating, urinating frequently, or using certain medications, muscles struggle to function efficiently. Sodium helps regulate fluid volume and pressure. Potassium supports cellular fluid exchange and electrical impulses in muscle cells. Magnesium, meanwhile, is essential for preventing cramps and enabling the release of energy at the cellular level. When fluid and electrolyte levels fall out of sync, even slightly, the results can be surprisingly severe. Muscle cramps and stiffness, lightheadedness upon standing, confusion or foggy thinking, irregular heartbeat, poor post-exercise recovery. Let's break this down. Muscles need sodium to retain fluids and support nerve communication. They need potassium to control muscle cell function and reduce twitching. And they need magnesium to release energy and keep muscle fibers from cramping or overcontracting. Without enough of these, your muscles may feel tired and tight, even if you're eating well and staying active. In fact, a 2019 study published in the Journal of Gerontology, Medical Sciences tracked 850 adults aged 65 and older over a 12-month period. It found that individuals with lower serum potassium and magnesium levels experienced a 37% higher rate of muscle fatigue and weakness, as well as increased frequency of minor falls, even after adjusting for activity levels and comorbidities. This shows us clearly, hydration isn't just about drinking, it's about restoring mineral balance. Especially after sweating from light activity like walking, gardening, or even spending time in warm weather, your body needs more than plain water. Here's how you can support your hydration system more effectively. Space water intake throughout the day. Don't gulp large amounts at once, sip slowly and consistently, especially in the morning and late afternoon. Include natural electrolyte sources. A glass of coconut water after walking or exercise provides sodium, potassium, and magnesium without added sugars. A homemade rehydration mix with filtered water, a pinch of sea salt, and a squeeze of lemon supports electrolyte replenishment gently and effectively. Incorporate mineral-rich foods into your meals. Leafy greens, bananas, sweet potatoes, and avocados are naturally high in potassium and magnesium. Be cautious with beverages that act as diuretics, like coffee, alcohol, or sugary sodas. They increase urine output and deplete your electrolyte reserves over time. Hydration also affects cognitive clarity. Even mild dehydration can impair concentration, cause irritability, and mimic the symptoms of early cognitive decline. That's why proper hydration isn't optional after 60. It's a vital part of your daily self-care routine. And finally, steer clear of brightly colored sports drinks that promise performance but deliver excess sugar and artificial additives. Your body doesn't need hype. It needs steady, clean support. In short, maintaining strength and balance isn't only about muscles or nutrients. It's also about the fluid and mineral environment that surrounds them. Think of hydration as the river that carries nutrients to your cells and carries away fatigue. But here's the important catch. Your body cannot absorb calcium properly without enough vitamin D, and vitamin D, in turn, needs magnesium to be activated into its usable form. These three nutrients, calcium, vitamin D, and magnesium, work together as a team to keep your muscles responsive and your movements precise. A 2021 meta-analysis in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that older adults with sufficient vitamin D levels had 22% lower risk of falls and showed better muscle strength scores compared to those deficient in the vitamin. So how can we naturally support this trio in your day-to-day meals? Start by getting a moderate amount of early morning sunlight, about 10-15 minutes before 10 a.m. Sun exposure triggers the natural production of vitamin D3 in the skin, especially if your arms or face are exposed. But sunlight alone often isn't enough, particularly in the winter or for those with limited outdoor time. But here's the important catch. Your body cannot absorb calcium properly without enough vitamin D, and vitamin D, in turn, needs magnesium to be activated into its usable form. These three nutrients, calcium, vitamin D, and magnesium, work together as a team to keep your muscles responsive and your movements precise. A 2021 meta-analysis in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that older adults with sufficient vitamin D levels had 22% lower risk of falls and showed better muscle strength scores compared to those deficient in the vitamin. That's where food steps in. Build meals around smart combinations like a mushroom spinach omelet cooked in olive oil. Mushrooms exposed to light contain vitamin D. Spinach adds calcium and magnesium. Sautéed kale with garlic and lemon juice. Kale provides calcium and vitamin K2, which helps guide calcium into the bones and muscles rather than the arteries. Fortified almond or soy milk blended into your morning smoothie. These often provide both vitamin D and calcium in one easy serving, and if you're considering supplements, keep it balanced and moderate. Choose vitamin D3, not D2, and aim for 800 IU daily or more if prescribed. For calcium, 1,000 to 1,200 mg per day from food is ideal. Avoid megadose calcium pills unless your doctor has recommended them. Too much calcium without supporting nutrients can do more harm than good. One more helpful reminder: space out calcium-rich foods across meals. The body absorbs smaller doses better than one large serving, and always pair calcium with a little healthy fat, such as olive oil or avocado, to improve absorption. In your post-60 wellness journey, Think of vitamin D and calcium not as extras, but as the quiet enablers. They don't just support your bones, they set the stage for strong, coordinated, and balanced muscle performance. Keep them in check, and you'll find that walking, bending, lifting, and even dancing becomes more fluid, more confident, and much safer. Supporting muscle health after 60 is about more than just lifting weights or drinking more shakes. It's about tuning into your body's changing needs and responding with care, intention, and the right tools. We talked about 7 key pillars today. Magnesium to fuel your cells, omega-3s to calm inflammation and sharpen the mind-body connection, antioxidants to defend against age-related muscle breakdown, plant-based proteins that nourish while supporting digestion, gut health to ensure the nutrients you eat are actually absorbed, hydration and electrolytes to energize and prevent falls, vitamin D and calcium to help muscles contract and bones stay strong. These elements don't work in isolation, they work together, like a well-conducted orchestra, to help you feel stronger, steadier, and more confident in your body. I encourage you to choose just one small step from today's video to try this week. Maybe it's adding a few berries to breakfast, sipping more water, or trying lentil soup for lunch. These little shifts add up and your body will thank you. Let me know in the comments which part spoke to you most. What's something you're going to try? I'd love to hear it. And if this video supported you in any way, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and share it with someone you love. You never know who might need this message today. I'm Dr. Moore and this is Senior Life Plus. See you next video.